Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we're going to be doing a bonus video with the e.l.f. Retro Paradise eyeshadow palette if I can find it. So yeah, we all know what it looks like by now because I've done 5 looks, so this is going to be look 6. So we're going to use all of the eyeshadows that are left to use, apart from the black eyeshadow. I think it's called Nightlife. I'm not going to use that. I've got 2 really dark brown eyeshadows to use and I don't use a black eyeshadow. But before we get into that, I just want to have a bit of a talk with you about Canva. If you guys use Canva, I use Canva for my thumbnails to edit them, and I signed up with them to go pro. So I thought I was signing up for like every month that I would be paying £8.99, but no, that wasn't the case, and I found out just in time, thank heavens. They was going to take £150 out of my account, and I don't use enough of it. I don't use enough of the like special effects on there, like the limited, you know, what you have to pay for, to warrant even paying that money. I don't even use, I mean, even if it was £8.99, that would have been too much. What I like to use on there is like the marble background, and that's free anyway. And then the most thing that I use on there to actually edit my videos is the background remover, and it's not free. So I'm a little bit devastated about that. The last video that I put up doesn't have any text on it or anything like that because it was kind of like all frames here. Right, so we had things in the background here, so I've took them down, and hopefully there'll be enough room, like when I edit, to use Canva to actually write some text like where the white background is there. I did actually try several other places to see if they did background removers. There was also PicMonkey, which I was going to pay, I think that was £8.99 a month as well. No, it was £9, so yeah, practically the same, £9 a month. And then I went to try and do the background remover and it said it was £11 a month, and that's extreme considering I only want to use the background remover. I don't want to use anything else because I can use everything else in Canva. If you guys know of any like free tool that I can remove the background, I would really appreciate it, guys, if you could let me know down in the comments. Right, so we're going to get into the video now. I just wanted to explain why there's a bit of a gap there, and why there also wasn't any text on my last video that went up today. You probably haven't even noticed it, and there also wasn't that really nice cool marble background that I really like. That coincides with my channel art as well, so yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I need to find something like a background remover app, but the ones that I've found are quite expensive, and a lot of them are saying that they're not really any good, so I just need a good one, and if you guys have come across a good one, then I would really appreciate you letting me know. Okay guys, so I kind of have a clue on what I'm doing, but first of all we're going into Canvas. You know the score, we always go in with this one. This time I'll use the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. I've never used this for a crease. I mean, it is far too big, I'll show you. It's far too big to go in your crease, well, in my crease anyway. So I have hooded eyes. I mean, it does work. I've just got the NYX white base down, and can you see how it's all oily there? When I put this on, it's not, and my eyeshadow stays in place as well. I just need to get a proper eyeshadow base, I think, but I want to use that NYX one first, and I've also got a W7 one as well. Right, so what are we doing now then? Right, we definitely have to use both coconut and Keiko, so one of them can go in the outer V and through the crease, and then one of them can go on the lash line. because they're too similar. They're gonna look similar on the eyes. This is the lid colour that we're gonna use for Tuna. Is that? Oh, and then Nightlife. So that's pretty much all the eyeshadows we've got left. Let's go in with Fuego. You know I like this, guys. I go in with it all the time. This time I think I'm going to use this brush, this BH Cosmetics 122. I'm going to switch it up. Normally I use the Cargo brush. All my colour switches here. Right, so this is definitely the last look. So at the end of this video we're going to be swatching, and I'm also going to tell you my thoughts, if it's worth your money. If you need it in your collection, that kind of thing. Sounds like they're having a party just over the road. The music they're playing is not the music they're playing isn't the best. So let's get back into this. I've just had to change the battery. Hopefully this one will last. Sometimes I'll charge a battery and it just won't last. I'm going to take it up quite high, I think, guys. I did that with one of the eyeshadow looks a few days ago. I think it was the lilac shade, Tropicano, and I actually liked the way it looked. Right, so a weird thing's just happened to me just as I was coming to film this. The people that I get my broadband from, as basically there was a big complication with my router not coming, so I rung them up about a week ago and I said I've still not received my router, I'm due to go live on the 23rd, so I need it sending out. So they said okay, it got sent out on such a day. I know for a fact it didn't get sent out that day, because about 3 days later they sent me a text message saying, good news, your router has been dispatched. So the person that I spoke to in the call centre lied to me, which I was going to complain about, but I thought, what is the point? It's here now, you know, that's all that matters. And I've just received another text message from the post office saying, great news, your router is on its way. And I'm like, but I went live yesterday. They've been sending me emails saying, you know, congratulations on going live with. So why on earth would they send me out another router? And why would they do it that late? It's very bizarre. Right, let's put some of that canvas shade on the brow bone. This brush is really too big for it, but I don't know where my other one is that I normally use. Probably waiting to be washed. Okay. Right, so now I'm going to go in with this shade here, this Caliente shade. Just on the outer V. It's not too much darker than Fuego, to be honest. Actually, yeah, it is. A few shades. Hopefully you won't be able to hear that music outside, and my music will kind of be a bit better than that. You've got limited choice with music on YouTube. Where does everyone get the music from for their actual YouTube videos? I'd be interested in finding out if you get it from YouTube or you get it from a different site. I'm certainly glad it's not the music that's going on outside anyway. So I've finally got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Well, it came yesterday. I don't know if I said in yesterday's video. It came yesterday and I missed it because I stayed at my mum's the previous night. I think I did say. And today it came later. I thought it was going to come with the same driver and it actually came later. So I had to stay in all day for this palette, but it was worth it. It is so pretty, isn't it? What are your thoughts on it, guys, if you've got it? I'm not even going to swatch it until I use it. I want you to see my first impressions with me using it. I mean, with this one, I did actually swatch it, but I hadn't used it before. So in all these videos that I'm doing, it's my first impressions using the shadows. So yeah, I guess you'll kind of know what I actually think of the eyeshadow palette before I even give you my mini review. But I'll do it anyway, considering I'm doing swatches. Right, so now let's go in with this accent brush. Fortuna here. I wouldn't say the shimmers are the most pigmented I've ever used in my life. Like, look at that, hardly any payoff. Let's just sort this out. Yeah, it says, the text message from the router, it says, great news, we have dispatched your router to track progress, visit. So it looks like they've really sent me out a new router. I don't know, but it's going back and not at my cost. I don't need another router, I've got one already. And as a company they should know that. And they shouldn't be sending the customers new routers after the go live date, should they? Right, so I do really like that. Oh, we're going to put this on silent, aren't we? Right, so now because I've kind of scraped some of the eyeshadow off, it seems to be going on better on this eye. I'm really digging into it. You'll see it in a minute, I'll show you. Quite like that. I'm going to be spraying it, but can you see how I've dug my brush into it there? Just like I did with Rise and Shine Paraiso. I think you have to, otherwise you're not going to get much payout. Oh, well, I don't. I mean, I'm sure I would have if I would have gone in with my finger. So, spray. Yes, with the Bring It, I might just ask the postman to take it back. I might ring them tomorrow and ask them if they've sent one out. That's just typical, isn't it? So I've charged the external light up for a bit, so hopefully we'll get to the end of this video without it going on us again. So I did do this eye, I did go in and put, what shade was it again? Fortuna, yeah. Fortuna on that eye. So that eye's all done as well. So now we're going to go, I think we'll go in and do the inner corners, which I'm not too sure what we're going to be doing there. Probably just that sea salt shade. I have used that a few times, but yeah, I think I'm just going to try and dab it on with my little, well, with my little finger there. Not my little finger, my pinky. No, we'll put it on with a brush. And then onto the eyelid a little bit. Oops! Nearly dropping all this stuff that I've got on my lap. We haven't used any of those brown shades, I've just remembered. Right, so we need to use them. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so that's nice. Right, so I'm gonna get this brush, this BH Cosmetics again, and I'm going to go in with coconut just on the outer V to deepen it out a little bit. Right, so I'm just going to take it to there and then we'll blend it in a little bit. Right, so that looks nice. And then do the same on the other eye. Right, so I've made a bit of a mistake there. Okay, so now we're going to go in with Keiko. I'm going to use, what brush? I think I might use this one, this Real Techniques one. This one's a shading brush. And like I said, I'm not going to go in with the black. Dark brown eyeshadow is about the most adventurous I will go. I mean, this one's looking pretty black, to be honest. So tonight is kind of like D-Day for me. I have to do my mum's medication. And with all the new tablets, I'm sure I've spoken about this before, it takes literally 2 hours, guys, because I have to do them for the week. And then I have to count them and make sure she's got the right amount of tablets, that there's nothing missing. So yeah, it's a lot, but it needs to be done. Right, and now I just want to kind of stop that being so harsh, because it's a little bit harsh. Could even put some of that Fuego on it. So that's what we're looking like so far. So let's tightline and try not to poke my eye out. Right, and then we're just going to go in with the Makeup Gallery Turn Up the Volume and Define. Oh, my stomach is grumbling so much. I've got my food in the oven, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blend it out a little bit more, and then I'm going to have my food, and then we'll come back and do lips. Okay, so I will come back shortly. Right, so I'm back. I want to put a little bit more of that sea salt shade down. I don't think there's as much on this eye. Don't know what I keep doing with my brushes. Okay, so let's go back in with sea salt. Okay, that'll do. Right, and then we're going to go in with the lipstick. So yesterday I wore that bright red lipstick by Chanel, Fiction, and I said I had a nude shade, and I'd wear that today. And this one is in the shade 216 Letter. So it's the same old, like, kind of stylo like pen. Right, so my hair's still wet because I've not long had a shower. So we're back to curly. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do swatches. One row at a time. I'm going to do them live. Normally I go off like camera and come back on, but I'll do them live. I don't think you're going to see this, but you'll definitely see it on my finger canvas. So that one looks like that. Yeah, you can't see it at all, it's just there. And then we're going to move over to Sandy Bum. They're really smooth, these mattes, guys, absolutely smooth. That one's really pretty. So the next one is Rise and Shine. Even the shimmers are smooth. Look how pretty that is. Spiced, which is that red one. Sorry, I haven't showed it you. So I'm only going to do one swatches of these. The glitter toppers I might have to do two. So let's find out. So this one is Paraiso. I'm really going to dig my finger in it. So no, just one swatch. Paraiso. Let me get a wipe. And then the last one on that row is Coconut, which we've just used today. Let's put it here. So as you can see, they're all pretty pigmented. The mattes blend out really, really nicely. And the shimmers are quite pigmented as well. They didn't seem to be as pigmented, like when I first went in with them in the looks, I had to build the shades up. But yeah, on the hand it is quite pigmented. Even that Paraiso shade is pigmented as well. So yeah, I really like that about them. So let's take these off. And we're going to go in with the middle row now. Just going to wipe the hand as well, make sure it's dry. Right, so now we're going in with Dijon. Right, so that, you can see it, but it is a very, very light wash of colour. It's a great like crease transition shade. Then we've got sea salt. I have used this a lot, and as you can see that in the actual pan. It's a grey in a corner, and you can see there that it's definitely more of a glitter topper, I would say. It does look good over like different eyeshadows. Then we've got one of my favourites from the palette, Fuego. Again, you can barely see it, but you can just about. Then we've got Sip Sip. I absolutely love this shade as well. I think that was the first shade that I tried. Look how bright it is. Put it here. But it's not actually showing up on one swatch that bright, so you do have to build it up. Then we've got Bahama, which is this beautiful green shade here. And again, it really does blend out like a dream. And then the last one is Tropicano. Just figuring out where to put it. I might have to put it here, which is just there. So yeah, I mean, they're not pigmented at all. You can basically build up your colour. I like that in an eyeshadow palette. I don't like it to be too pigmented right off the bat, because you can't take away, whereas you can add on. So that's really good. So now we're moving on to this last row here. So this is where you'll get to see how pigmented that black is. A lot of black eyeshadows, drugstore ones that I've tried, the black eyeshadow is more of a grey black. So it'll be interesting to see what this is. Right, so Caliente is the first one we'll go in with. I love that shade. It's so nice. It looks nice with Fuego. Hair's getting in my way. Then we've got this dark brown shade, Keiko. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but that's how I do. Then we've got Fortuna, which we're wearing now. Then we've got Royal, which is this really nice matte blue. That one isn't as smooth, but look at the pigmentation on that. What's that one there? And then we've got Disco, which is that one that is so pretty. I absolutely love it. It's like a duochrome, can you see? It's really pretty. And then last but not least, we have got Nightlife, which is that black. Again, it's not as smooth as the rest of the eyeshadows, the mattes, but that's fine. It is quite a nice black. It's not the most pigmented black I've ever come across, but it's not the worst either. Like I said, a lot of blacks from drugstore palettes normally quite grey tone, but that one isn't. That one's quite black. Right, so let's take these off. Right, so all in all, guys, you're probably not going to be surprised to hear this. I absolutely love this palette. There are some cons to it. Well, really, for me, there is only one con, and that's, I'll do the swatches. I've spoke about this before, so you're probably already aware of it. I think I spoke about it in yesterday's video. Right, that's them two shades of brown there. So we've got Coconut and Keiko. Even though they look a little bit, they don't look too similar, but on the eye I feel like they would look really similar. I don't feel like you need those two browns in, to be honest. I feel like they could have put a different shade in, and also you've got this brown as well, and although it's nowhere near as similar as those two darker shades, can you see it's nowhere near similar, I just feel like maybe they should have only put one of these in and then just put a different shade in. I wouldn't have minded another pastel shade, but that's just me. I'm absolutely living for pastels at the moment. I feel like there isn't too many. I mean, obviously you've got your purple, your green, so they're the pastels, and then you've got some bright shades. It's a really good palette for the price, even if it was a little bit more expensive. With it being a collaboration, I would have probably bought it. It's a really good one for the collection because it's unique to my collection, is what I want to say. I don't have any shades like this, so I don't have a shade like Rise and Shine. I've got something like that. My Urban Decay Solstice, it reminds me of. Let's see if they are dupes. Okay, so let's go with Paraiso first. Okay, that's Paraiso. I've really dug my finger in the palette. It's just one swatch. Now, from what I remember when I used Urban Decay, it is a lot more sheer. So this one is the Urban Decay one. I'm not too sure if it is a dupe or if it just reminds me of it. Yeah, they're not dupes. They kind of just remind me of each other because of the kind of duochromeness. This one looks like more purpley, like blue brown, whereas this one is, I don't know, it's kind of a unique shade, like peachy gold, I would say. But yeah, they do remind me of one another. I'd never tried an e.l.f. like 18-piece eyeshadow palette before this one. None of the others really, apart from the 18 Hit Wonders, I think it's called 18 Hit Wonders or just Hit Wonders, actually appealed to me, and I've got my eye on that now. It looks really a nice one. All the other ones don't appeal to me. Have you got any of those in your collection? I would really love to know. This one, however, the colour story spoke to me straight away, with you getting like all your brights down this side, and then you get like your neutrals down this side, so you can do a look. But you know, you can do neutrals and you can do like brights, and I've really pushed myself out of my comfort zone by testing myself and doing like colourful eyeshadow looks, and I've really enjoyed it, guys. I think it's an absolutely beautiful palette and definitely worth the money. So I give this palette a great big thumbs up. So yeah, it's definitely worth the money and definitely worth the hype. And the only negative thing I've got to say about it is those brown shades. They could have put one more different eyeshadow in rather than putting two brown shades in, just because they're so similar. You could see how similar they were on my back of my hand, and I just think it's unnecessary, and I hate it when brands do that, to be honest. I hate it when they actually put eyeshadows in that are just so similar. But again, for the last time, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. Isn't it a beauty? So this one's going to go away, and tomorrow or Sunday I might go makeup free tomorrow and have a break, because I have done like six days with this palette. I've uploaded for 6 days now. I don't normally do that. So when I do the get ready with me using Shop My Stash, it'll be for a full week I've uploaded. Thank you if you've been watching the videos. It really does mean a lot to me. I just thought you guys who haven't tried this yet would want to see as many looks as I could create with it. So next week is going to be a really good week. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because it was an expensive palette. So next week is going to be a good one, I think. So in my Shop My Stash for next week, I'm just going to give you a little spoiler. I got the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette today, and I want to use that next week, get as many looks out of that as well. That's 15 eyeshadows, I believe, so we can pretty much use that for 5 or 6 days. It looks absolutely beautiful, and I'm actually in love with that palette. It looks amazing. I have seen a few looks on other people's channels that they've done, and it just looks really nice and pretty. Nothing like I've got in the collection as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to using it. I don't have any of Huda Beauty's bigger palettes, I only have the smaller ones, and I do still want to get that Huda Beauty light at some point as well, but for now I'm just going to leave it. So back to this. Guys, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10 purely for the browns. If it only had like one dark brown in it and another shade, and it had another more brighter shade in it, I would absolutely love this. It would be 10 out of 10 perfect. But yeah, 9 out of 10 is quite a good mark still, and I do highly recommend it. And like I said earlier, the mattes blend out really well, and the shimmers, like when I was putting them on with the brush, they wasn't really going on pigmented at first, but like when I scraped kind of the top layer, you can see in the eyeshadows where I've been scraping it, it goes on better, and it even swatches better now on the fingers, which it wasn't doing before, especially this Paraiso shade. It just wasn't really going on. You can see that on like, I think day one, look one, barely any pigmentation was coming from it. So yeah guys, I'm really impressed with it. So it's going to go back in the collection now, and I'm sure we'll use it again at some point. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you guys in my next one.